Hi guys, it's Ian Coleman from OSBFX. It is 11 o'clock in the morning in the UK on the 22nd of June 2021. It's a Tuesday. In this video I want to talk about two cryptos that I'm particularly interested in. The first being Bitcoin. That seems to be the driving force behind most crypto currencies, and then the other one is Theta against the US dollar. Myself and three friends of mine are invested, or have been invested, within Theta. We've got a little pool going that's doing quite well at the moment, and at the moment we're sitting in dollars, so we're waiting for a dip. What I want to highlight is the technical aspects behind Theta and Bitcoin, and also highlight my bespoke support and resistance levels, just because I think they're extremely relevant at the moment to Bitcoin in particular. So let's get to the charts. Let's go to Bitcoin first. Now, it's been a while since we've done a report. This was extremely relevant on our last report. This is the Bitcoin weekly chart. We're using DMARC indicators here. We're using fib extension and retracement tools, and this blue line and this black line is my bespoke support and resistance. So basically what you're looking for in DMARC are these 13 counts. 13 counts highlight potential topping formations. Now when you get that with what's known as an outside bar, and this candle here is an outside bar, it adds weight to the analysis. So basically on the week of the 12th of April 2021, we got a 13 count the previous week, highlighting potential top, as I said, and then we get that bearish outside candle, and obviously got quite an aggressive move to the downside. So where to now? Well, DMARC says that basically once the 9 count is completed, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we will normally get a correction, and that word is the most important word in that sentence. Correction is not a reversal, it's a correction, and what we've seen here is on the 9 count we've seen a little lift to the upside. So these two candles, or in fact these 3 candles, 4 candles, are known as Harami candles. They're all inside this bearish range, and an inside Harami candle highlights investor indecision. So you can see on these first 2 candles we close little net change, so they're doji-like candles. So rallies have been sold, dips have been bought into, and even though we pushed higher, sellers have come again and pushed the index Bitcoin against US dollar lower. So from an Elliott Wave point of view, we could be seeing wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then down in 5. What is important is the fact that we consolidated around the 161.8% extension level, which is at 35326, and that we're starting to push to the downside. Now you can note here how we bounced off this weekly bespoke support, but again, a lot of the time we only get corrections to the upside. They're not necessarily reversals, and we failed to break through this resistance level. So this was support, it then became resistance. This is still support. When we break, if we break through there, then it becomes resistance. So at the moment we do have a barrier to the downside, but when we look at shorter time frames, it's just looking like a channel formation, and we're now sort of overloading onto other time frames to get some different analysis. So this is the monthly chart. Like I said, that is actually a reversal formation. Now it's a topping formation. It's known as an evening doji star. So this is a bullish candle, this is a doji, and then an aggressive sell-off on that third candle. So yes, that highlights the top, but you really want to be selling it down here, when really the ideal sell position was much higher up. What I want to highlight here is my bespoke support, and it's just coming in. I mean, this shows how not fledgling Bitcoin is, but especially when you look at some of the other cryptocurrencies like SHIB, you can't really use a monthly chart because there's not enough data to be able to get bespoke support and resistance in. But here we have got some support level, and it's all the way down at 13,284. Now, if I go back to this chart, that's below the 261.8% extension level. But what happens quite a lot is you do get spikes through support. So even though that is support, I'm wondering whether or not we're going to get a spike through just to take out some sort of weak longs that have maybe been placed around here to hit that support level on the monthly chart. And if I go to this chart, which is the daily chart, okay, so flipping it to Elliott Wave this time if you like. So this, let's just put some wave counts on. So this will be wave 1, 2. Okay, so expecting something like that. But more importantly, on this time frame, is this. Okay, so this is a consolidating flag formation. It's very common in fourth wave corrections, sometimes known as a diamond formation or a pennant, where it's like this instead of actually a corrective channel. So the way to get a target level for that is you use a measuring tool. You measure from the high to the low, so this is your flagpole, and then you highlight from where you believe the flag, the top of the flag is, and then you project that from that level. So this basically is AB equals CD. So these red arrows are the same length. And if we put a line onto there, that comes in at 12,182. If we go back to this chart, 12,182 is just below that bespoke support. And if we look back at price action, it's held as resistance. Probably a good chance it's going to hold as support. What is essential really now, looking at this weekly chart, is we're going to have to close below this bespoke support to project that or Bitcoin lower. So that gives me a negative bias on cryptos in general. Like I said, I believe Bitcoin against the US dollar is the driving force. But Theta I do like because it's actually got, unlike some of the other cryptocurrencies, it's actually got something behind it. It's got fundamental drivers. It's not one of these sort of wishy-washy cryptocurrencies. So what I want to look at here again is price action, and this weekly chart, I don't know what that arrow is doing up there. Okay, we've had an outside bar, it's sort of driving to the downside, but the most important part of this analysis was this $10 level. Okay, so I'm looking at cypher patterns. I'm looking for the fact, I talk about the fact that BC legs are quite good legs to trade into, especially when the CD leg is extended, because if you can get it around about 78.6% or 88.6% of this leg, then your stop level is above here. Okay, and we're starting to drive lower. So again, like Bitcoin, I think we're going to get a sustained sell-off, and this is really the area that I'm looking at for Theta, which is at 3.2 and 2.97. It will form a bullish cypher pattern. That cypher pattern is known as a crab formation. There is no indication on any chart really that I can see that we're going to get a stalling in this price action. And I mean this is a classic retracement and rejection this morning. If we look at this, okay, previous support has become resistance. We moved up to that resistance level, and we're pushing to the downside. Again, we get a bearish outside candle at the top. It signals a high near that $10, near that 88.6% pullback level, and we're driving lower. So I know there's nothing particularly bullish with regards to news stories and crypto. Bloomberg's email update this morning basically said that that China had put pressure on Bitcoin with the People's Bank of China, so that it called on all the top banks to discuss prohibiting crypto-related activity. Now, obviously, that is not good news. Overnight, Bitcoin went down to 32,000, with Ethereum dropping to 2,000 mark. So there's really not a lot to go bullish on in Bitcoin and Theta. I do have a buy order in Theta against US dollar at 3.3, which is our trigger level, and hopefully that will hold. But it is looking very negative for cryptos and the crypto baskets. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that analysis. I hope it's not against your fundamental or technical viewpoint. But good luck, and I'll be back soon if I see anything different. Many thanks.